The Western crime drama Killers of the Flower Moon is a very excellent movie in my opinion. Seriously, if you're a fan of Martin Scorsese's movies, then definitely give this one a watch because it is well worth the time. So, the story of this one is that it takes place during the 1920s when oil is discovered on tribal land. Then people from the Osage Nation is killed during this time period. I had enjoyed this movie quite a lot. The acting, the story, the music, the direction from Martin Scorsese. I have always enjoyed his movies throughout the years, and this is another great one in my opinion. Now I know that some people is not going to like the long runtime where it's nearly 3.5 hours, but I believe it was necessary because had this film been much shorter than that, then I would have complained about several key scenes that actually makes this so engaging in the first place. Plus, Eric Roth and Martin Scorsese did such an excellent job on the script. Then a film like this needed that long runtime just to explain everything that goes down within this movie. At the end of the day, this one is easily a contender for the Oscars next year, and definitely not everybody's gonna like this one. This is still far from a boring movie in my opinion. You know, for a film that's nearly 3.5 hours, it uses time pretty effectively. Not one moment is wasted upon, nothing really happening. There's something happening in every scene. That's what makes this such a great movie, honestly. Leonardo DiCaprio did a great job, probably one of the best movies he's ever been in. And that's saying something considering that I had liked him in The Wolf of Wall Street. But here he's playing Ernest. He's this guy that's, in on the scheming and the plotting to murder of the Indians. And I'm really saying to myself, alright, there is some conversation that goes on that you really gotta pay attention to. Robert De Niro, excellent job. Like, seriously, this guy is 80 years old. He could have phoned in. He's been acting for decades. And I was really saying to myself, for a guy that old, it's such a excellent job, playing that character. Another standout was Lily Gladstone. This was the first movie I saw her in. I was like, I never heard of this actress before. And the thing is, maybe I'll check out more of her work because she's the heart of the story. She is going through so much. She's losing her people. And basically, it leads to some very important emotional moments in the film. You care for these people that's getting slaughtered. And the thing is that without her character, then this movie wouldn't have worked at all. If another actor I had to bring up was Brendan Fraser, he kind of was underused. The reason I say that because he's not in the film all that much. As great as an actor he is, his performance, well, wasn't much of him for me to say he did a great job, honestly. I just want the character he played to show up a little bit more, but he doesn't show up till at least about the third act of the film. But honestly, this is a story that needs to be told in this movie. Like, this is a dark subject matter. This was an interesting fact how Martin Scorsese was able to take real history and make it quite entertaining because this film could end up being a bore fest. Thankfully, that's not the case here. This is a film I had a lot of enjoyment from. And definitely to the testament of how long this film is, not a single moment was wasted on, filler. Every scene makes sense, from the visuals to the character development, to even looking at this Indian tribe, the Osage, which definitely I have to look into. Like, I want to know about their history because I feel like this film kind of didn't show that all that much. I get it, this is about what actually is going on with the scheme and all that. But still, this is quite an enjoyable film. At the end of the day, this movie has a lot of good things going on for it. Is it one of the best films of the year? Maybe. But at the same time, it does so much that you want to be invested in it, despite the fact how this film is nearly 3.5 hours, which I never even had a problem with. This movie could have been 4 hours, and I still would have had such a fun and entertaining time with this one. I'm giving this film an 8 out of 10. Leonardo DiCaprio, Robert De Niro, and Lily Gladstone are strong contenders to be nominated at the Oscars, and I'll be surprised if they don't get those nominations because those three actors really carried the movie. And not just that, but the story in this one stays with you long after this movie is over. And that's my review of Killers of the Flower Moon. Alright, leave your comments down below in the section and let me know what you think about this movie if you have seen it. Okay, this is Slim Guy 172 saying peace out.